Um, since we are working on from home, so it's difficult to manage all those downloads and everything. But still, nearly all done. Maybe I will upload it by today or tomorrow. Okay, all videos. Okay, whatever. The- I think PPT is good enough. You go through with the PPT. Don't need to check the videos. Still, if you want to check the videos, you can go through. I think screen is visible. Just let me know screen is visible or not. Okay, good. All right. So this is example number 11. So last day we have started PMF or probability mass function. If you recall, we have started probability mass function, and I told you how to check whether it's a probability mass function or not. Okay, just I have to add all those probabilities. Okay, and the addition will be the summation of all those probability will be 1, and each and every probability values are must be lying between 0 to 1, minimum 0, maximum 1. Okay, it cannot be like 1.5. It's not possible. It cannot be like minus 2.7. Okay, so probability always lying between 0 to 1. These two things, two concepts works. Now, question number 11, a random variable x takes the value 0, 1, 2. So three values it's taking, 0, 1, and 2. How many values? Three values, 0, 1, and 2. Such that probability of x equals to 0. That means when the value of random variable is x equals to 0, then the probability of the particular uh, random variable or the particular value of the random variable is 3c cube. 3c cube. Okay. Now, P of x of 1, that means probability when x equals to 1 is 4c minus 10c square. Similarly, P of x equals to 2 is 5c minus 1. So, next thing you have to find these things. What is the value of c and everything. So, what we will do first, first thing is that all three values are given. These are the three total values that random variable has been taking. Okay. These are the total three values 0, 1, and 2. That's the random variable has been taking, and all the probabilities are given. First probability, second probability, and the third probability. That means this is a distribution table. Distribution table is given to you. Nothing else is remained. That means if I add all those values, if I add all those probabilities, like 3c cube, like 4c minus 10c square, plus 5c minus 1, if I add them, I will get must be this must be equals to 1. So the very first thing is that we will add them. Okay, so we will add them, adding them like this will get equals to 1, and taking this 1 on left side, I'll get minus 2. So finally we'll get this term, and this is going to be a cubic equation, and I hope you know how to find the roots of cubic equation. Okay, so what you will do, if you don't know, just you have to put heat and trial method, c equals to 1. If I put c equals to 1, in this case c equals to 1 will satisfy this equation. Like if I put c equals to 1, it will be like 3 minus 10 plus 9 minus 2. That means this is minus 7 plus 7, it is 0. That means 3 c equals to 1 is satisfying. So c minus 1 is a factor. C minus 1 is a factor. Okay, so once I get the factor of c minus 1, the next thing is that I will do synthetic division. Okay, synthetic division or normal division, normal regular algebraic division by this equation by c minus 1. If I divide, I will get 3c minus 1 times c minus 2. So these are the three factors. Once I get these three factors, I will get the value of c equals to 1, c equals to either 2, or c equals to either 1 by 3. From where this 1 by 3 comes out? 3c minus 1 equals to 0. That means c equals to 1 by 3. So once I get these three values, so now I will check for each and every value. Now The thing is that C, the value of C equals to 2. If the value of C equals to 2, okay, now which one is the correct value? The three possible values, 1 by 3, 2 and 1. If I put value of C equals to 2, what will be the first probability? Tell me. The first probability will be 3C cube. 3C cube means 3 times 8. C cube means 2 cube. 2 cube means 8. 3 times 8 means 24. Is it possible that the probability equals to 24? Probability of x equals to 0 is 24. It's not possible. So 2 is not possible. Okay, we will cancel this 2. Okay, this 2 is not possible. Now 1. If I put 1, again, if I put 1, I will get probability equals to 3. 3C cube means 3. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 is also not possible as a probability. So it is also, we'll cancel. We ignore it. Now the last option is 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 is by default our option. You can put 1 by 3. Yes, I will get probability between 0 and 1. Even here also 0 and 1. Even here also 0 and 1. In between 0 and 1. Okay. That means C equals to 1 by 3 is the correct answer. Okay, so what is the answer? C. C equals to 1 by 3. Don't write C equals to 1 by 3, 2, 1. 1 by 3 or 2 or 1 was the possibilities. Okay, was the possibilities. Among them, 2 and 1 failed to choose the correct value of C. Okay, that means what is the correct value of C? Correct value of C is 1. Why we failed? Because probability becomes 0. That's why 2 and 1 is not possible. So what is the final probability distribution? X equals to 0, 1, 2. Put it, we'll get first probability is 1 by 9. Okay, second one is 2 by 9. Third one is 2 by 3. Just plugging in over here. C equals to 1 by 3. If I plugging in, I will get this result. X equals to 2 means this one. X equals to 2. 5C minus 1. 5C minus 1. 5 times 1 by 3 minus 1. To use it, I will get 2 by 3. All right. Okay. So once we done the value of C, next thing is that we have to find probability of x less than 1. Probability of x less than 1. X less than 1 means how, which are the values it can take? Less than 1, strictly less than 1, strictly less than 1. Strictly less than 1 means it can take only one value, probability of x equals to 0. It can take only one value, probability of x equals to 0. So the answer will be probability of x equals to 0 is 1 by 9. This one. All right. So probability of x equals to 0 is 1 by 9. Next question is number 3. Probability of 1 less than x less than equals to 2. 1 less than x less than equals to 2 means which value it will take? It will take probability of this value like 2 because it is equals to 2. Probability of 2. Okay. Will it take 1? No, because it is greater than, strictly greater than 1. So the value answer equals to probability of x equals to 2. Answer will be probability of x equals to 2. Probability of x equals to 2 is the only answer because it is attaining the value x equals to 2. So answer will be 2 by 3. All right. The last one is number 4. Probability of 0 less than x less than equals to 2. 0 less than means not attaining the value of 0, value 0. So we'll not consider this. We'll consider the above value. That means it will be probability of x equals to 1 plus probability of x equals to 2. Why x equals to 2? Because it is attaining the value x equals to 2. Look at this. Less than equals to. Less than equals to means it's attaining the value x equals to 2. Finally, what's the answer? 2 by 9 plus 2 by 3. And it's 2 by 9 plus 6 by 9, 8 by 9. So final answer is 8 by 9. All right. Okay. So let's proceed for the next question. Number 12. A discrete random variable. A discrete random variable. Again, it's a discrete random variable x as following probability distribution. The probability distribution is given to you. discrete random variable x has following probability distribution, and the distribution is given like this. Now, so what you have to find, what you supposed to find, you have to find the value of k. You have to find probability of x equals to less than 3, find probability of x greater than equals to 3, find probability of 2 less than equals to x less than equals to 5. So many things you have to find, but again, it's a simple, straightforward manner questions, whatever we have done the last one, right? So first thing is that is a probability distribution given here. So if I add all those probabilities, these are the probabilities, right? If I add all those probabilities, I will get 1. So from here, I will get the value of k, since it's a PMF. So add them. So first thing, without thinking anything, just add them. 0 plus k plus 0.2 plus 0.2222k plus 2.3, whatever it is equals to 1. From here, we'll get the value of k equals to 0.1. Once I get the value of k equals to 0.1, once I get the value of k equals to 0.1, and then later on, I will just update this probability distribution. We can update this probability distribution. Now your probability distribution is for k equals to 0.1 is this one. Now next thing is this. Next thing is calculate the value of probability k equals to x less than 3, probability of x greater than equals to 3, probability of x less than greater than equals to 2, less than equals to 5. Go for it. New solution, now solution is less than equals less than 3, not equals to. Since it's less than 3, so we will not consider this 3. We'll only consider this first 0, 1, and 2. Less than. Less than means strictly less than. Strictly less than means which are the values? 0, 1, and 2. So add them. 0 plus 0.1 plus 0.2 is 0.3 is answer. Similarly, greater than equals to 3. Greater than equals to 3, since attaining the value 3, greater than equals to means these are the 3 values. 0.2, 0.3, 0.2, 0.7. Next one is less than 2 less than equals to x less than equals to 5. So 2 less than equals to attaining the value 2, attaining value 5. So probability of 2, probability of 3, probability of 4, probability of 5. So add this to this 4 from here to here because it's attaining the value. Okay, it's less than equals to. So just add them 0.2, 0.2, 0.3, 0.2. I will get 0.9. Okay. Next question, number 30. A discrete random variable is having the following probability distribution. Again, the same type of questions. I don't think will, I mean, trouble you much because instead of k here, it is a given to you. So what you have to do, you have to add all these things first, and it should be equals to 1. So add them. It should be equals to 1. From here to find the value of a. So this is going to be your homework. Please note it down. Complete it. Okay. After finding the value of a, update this table or update this probability distribution, and later on calculate the value of probability of x less than 3 and probability of 2 less than equals to x less than equals to 7. Very standard and straightforward question and can appear in your exam. Okay. Now next thing is that discrete distribution function. Discrete distribution function. Okay. So x be a discrete random variable which takes the values like x1, x2, like the last one I have discussed already. And the probability of each and every random variable is given to you. Okay, this is called distribution. So this is a mass function. Since this is a mass function, we can say that summation of each and every probability is always equals to 1. Already we have discussed. Now what we are going to discuss here, the discrete distribution function. Okay, discrete distribution function, what is that? It is the nth summation, not, I mean, if I add all these nth values of the probabilities, I'll get that summation, and that summation is going to be known as discrete distribution function. Just a minute. All right. The thing is that the thing is that you may ask me, sir, always is equals to one? No, not always equals to one. It is actually a specific case. It is actually a specific case. In this case, f of xn I'm writing. If I write f of xk, f of xk, what is f of xk? It's a summation I equals to 1 to k, p of xi. Okay, that means it will be p of x1 plus p of x2 plus so on up to p of xk. All right, that means it will stop up to xk. Okay, so if I take up to xn, always it is equals to 1. There's no doubts. Okay, but once I'm talking about f of xk or f of x2, f of x5, f of x7, whatever. Okay, that thing we can calculate that by discrete distribution function. The discrete distribution function means sum of all this probability up to some certain level. So suppose total how many random variables? And suppose total n random variables are there. Out of n, if I want to add first 7, so x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7. First 7 random variable if I want to add. What is the meaning of this addition? Meaning of this addition is f of x7. Okay, f of x7 means addition of all this probability. P of x1 plus P of x2 plus P of x3 up to P of x7. Okay, this is called discrete distribution function. Okay, so what is the advantage? Advantage is that by using discrete distribution function, we can calculate any standard probability like this. So probability of x equals a less than x less than equals to b, I can find using this discrete distribution function, like f of b. Okay, f of the last value. Okay, f of the last value means summation of the last probability of the last value minus f of last first value. F of b minus f of a. And always remember the probability distribution function, discrete distribution function, the value of discrete distribution function always less than equals to 1 and greater than equals to 0. Only it is equals to 1 when I'm considering all those random variables together. That means P of x1, P of x2, P of x3 up to P of xn. If I add all this together, only that time I will get it's equals to 1. Otherwise, it's always less than 1. Now, this is called cumulative distribution. This is called cumulative distribution, f of x1. Okay, that is what this f of b and f of a denoting is called cumulative distribution or discrete distribution function. That is what I actually told about. Okay, it's very helpful. So it's cumulative means first thing is f of p of x1. Next thing is p of x1 plus p of x2. Next thing is p of x1 plus p of x2 plus p of x2. Gradually we are adding one specific probabilities. Okay, in each layer. That is called cumulative distribution function. So using cumulative distribution function or discrete distribution function, we can find the probability of some intervals. Now here, construct the distributive function for the discrete random variable x. So the specific structure of the distribution is given to you. X equals to when x equals to 1, what is the probability? When x equals to 2, what is the probability? Everything is given to you, right? Now, here, this is your probability distribution function, and this is your cumulative distribution or discrete distribution function. So now, what is the difference between these two? Okay, for x equals to 1, your probability distribution is 1.1 and 0.1 is cumulative, no problem. Okay, for x equals to 2, probability distribution is 0.15, but cumulative is 1. This one will be there plus 0.15. 0.1 plus 0.15 is 0.25. Similarly, for x equals to 3, 0.25 is the probability distribution. We will add this 0.25 plus 0.25, so 0.5. Like that, if I gradually add them, at last, the last, okay, at x equals to 7, I will get 1. This one is going to be the total. As you know, the sum of the PMF is equals to 1. That's why this is equals to 1. Okay, that will help. Okay. Now, what is the advantage? What is the advantage? Advantage is that if someone asks you if someone asks you what is the probability, tell me the probability of x 4 less than equals to x 4 less than x less than equals to 6, whatever. In this case, if I ask you, okay, what is the probability? The probability is simple. F of x equals to 6, okay, minus f of x equals to 4. Now what is f of x equals to 6? F of x equals, this is f of x, right? F of x equals to 6 means, f of x equals to 6 means this is 6. So calculate this value. F of x equals to 6 means 0.95. 0.95 minus f of x equals to 4 means this is x equals to 4. So f of x equals to 4 is 0.70. So you can calculate these things, right? Okay, this is the advantage of cumulative distributive function. A cumulative distributive function, right? So let's go for it. Next question. A discrete random variable x has the following probability distribution. Again, the following probability distribution is given to you, but in this case, you have to find a cumulative as well. Okay, so you have to find a cumulative. First is probability distribution function. So again, without loss of generality, go for the PMF. PMF tells us this addition of this is going to be always equals to 1. So if I add them, I will get 1. So x equals k equals to 1 by 6. The first things I found the value of k equals to 1 by 6. Once I get the value of k, I can update the table or distribution function. The updating the table, I will get the value of new table of like this. Okay. After getting this new table like this, what we can do, we can find the CDF or the cumulative distribution function. Cumulative distributive function, just you have to write 1 by 6, then 1 by 6 plus 2 by 6, then 1 by 6, 3 by 6 plus 2 by 6, then 5 by 6 plus 1 by 6. Finally, we'll get 1. This is going to be cumulative distribution function. Now, solution. So, x, probability of x greater than equals to 1. So, x greater than equals to 1 means you have to add this to 1, 2, and 3. Greater than equals to. That's why it's attaining the value 1. That's why probability of 1, probability of 2 plus probability of 3 will get them. This is going to be 0.655 by 6, right? Now probability of 0 less than equals to x less than equals to 3. 0 less than equals to x means all is attaining. 0 is also attaining, 3 is also attaining. So add them all. 0, 1, 2, so we'll get 1. Next thing is that another ones they ask you construct f of x. Yes, f of x we have constructed. Okay, this is f of x. All right. This is the way we can find whenever some distribution function is given to you, and we can find the cumulative distribution function as well. Number 3, the discrete random variable x has the following property probability distribution. Again, I mean, it's not trouble you, but this type of questions you can find. Lots of questions will be there and only this type. So what you have to do, just add them. What you have to do without thinking anything, just add them and find the value of k. After getting the value of k, k equals to 0.1 by 15, right? So update the table. Update the table as this format and also find the cumulative distribution. Since here cumulative distribution, I have to find, right? Okay. So 1 by 15. I think it's wrong calculated here. I have wrong calculated. So it's wrong calculated. So it should be x equals to minus 2, 1. I will do it here. I will do it here. So it was wrong calculated. Okay. So x equals to, I will put over here minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So what is the probability? Probability of x equals to x is, first thing is 1 by 15, 0.1. First value is 0.1. Second one is 1 by 15. The third one is 0.2. Next one is 2 by 15. 2 by 2k is 2 by 15. Third one is 0.3. Next one is 3 by 15. So now I'll go for f of x, means cumulative. Cumulative is 0.1. Then 0.1 plus 0.1 by 15. 0.1 plus 1 by 15. Don't have calculator. 0.1 plus 1 by 15. What's the answer? 0.1 plus 1 by 15. 0.166, right? 0.167. Now 0.167 plus 0.2 is 0.367. 0.367 plus 2 by 15, right? 0.367 plus 2 by 15 is 0.5003. Next 0.5003 plus 0.3 is 0.8003. Next 0.8003 plus 3 by 15. It's nearly 1.0003, something like this. Okay. So I'll ultimate will get one, right? Ultimate will get one. So if I add all those cumulative distribution function, I'll get one, and that is okay. So one is going to be the final cumulative. Now k equals to 1 by 15. Once I get this, I will write the solution like this manner. Okay, you have to update the table. Table already I have updated. Okay, don't use this. This was a wrong table. Okay, so probability of x greater than equals to 1, greater than equals to 1 means this is the one. Three values will 1, 2, and 3. Probability of 1, probability of 2, probability of 3. Finally, we'll get 5 by 6. Okay, next probability of 0 less than equals to k less than equals to 3. That means attaining these three values 0, 1, 4, 2, and 3, all these values, because attaining 0 and 3, that's why. And this equals to 1. Number 4, a discrete random variable takes the values -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, such that few things given here. Okay, not this specific table or probability distribution table is given. Like, what are the things given here? X, p of x equals to 0 is p of x greater than 0, p of x and is equals to p of x less than 0. Okay, and also p of x equals to 3 is equals to p of x equals to -2. Okay, equals to -3 equals to -2 equals to -1 equals to 1 equals to 2 equals to 3. Obtain the probability distribution and cumulative distribution. So first thing, we will use those things, and look at this. What we can do here? All these values. How many values are there here in the random variables statement? 6, 7 values. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And how many values are given here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 0 is not there, so 0 is given here. 0 is given here. So what we can do, we can assume this equals to k. If I assume this equals to k, so all this value, we can construct the table now. Let's construct the table in our manner. Let's construct the table. This is your x and this is your probability of x. Right? So first, x equals to -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Right? Now, probability of x, all these values are k. This is k, 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 and this is also k. I have assumed. Okay. Now, what is the missing value here? Probability of x equals to 0. X equals to 0 is equals to something like probability of x greater than 0 and x, which is also equals to probability of x less than 0. Means what? Means if I add greater than 0 means all those values, all these probabilities, and less than 0 means all these probabilities. If I add them, all these 3k, k plus k plus k is 3k. Okay, so right side is also 3k, left side is also 3k. So what is probability of x equals to 0 is 3k. Okay, are you with me? Probability of x greater than 0. X greater than 0 means it's not attaining 0. Greater than, strictly greater than 0, not attaining 0, and strictly less than 0, not attaining 0. So how many values it will take? Consider, we consider these three values. That is 3. So once I get this, I will add them. So if I add them, I will get equals to 1. So finally, it is something like k plus k plus k plus 3k plus k plus k plus k means equals to 1, that is 9k equals to 1, so k equals to 1 by 9. So if I plugging in, I will get these results. This is going to be your distribution function and cumulative distribution function 1 by 9. Look at this, k 3k. 3k means 1 by 3 times 1 by 9 is 1 by 3. 1 by 9, 1 by 9, 1 by 9 means all these values put in. And then this is your f of x means cumulative. Just add them. And finally, we get 1 cumulative. Okay. So that is all what they ask you to do. Okay. Similar manner, you can calculate it. Now, The next topic we are going to discuss about the mean or arithmetic mean or mathematical expectation. Okay. Also, I will discuss variance and standard deviation of any probability distribution function. So mean of for a discrete random variable. So whenever p of x, let's px be the probability mass function, and then the mean or average value, or it can be given as mu. Okay, mu is the notation. Mu is the notation is equals to expectation of x. Sometimes we will write expectation of expectation means which is actually we are expecting. Okay, that is what the mean of the probability distribution. Okay, whatever we are expecting in future, that is what we are. That is the average thing, right? In the probability average. Okay. The probability means what? Probability means futuristic. I mean, expect futuristic. Sorry, it's called. That's that what? Uh, Estimation. Futuristic estimation, right? So now, if I estimate, let's say, if I estimate that after 20 days or 30 days, okay, we know that estimation, like after 20 days, what would be the probability or chance to have rain in our city? The chance is 1 by 2. After 30 days, we have a chance of having rain in our city is 1 by 4. Okay, by calculations we are doing. That's calculating. Like after 50 days, chance is having 1 by 6. Now, what is my expectation? My expectation is that average, if I take the average of these three things, okay, if I take the average of these three probabilities, okay, or you may say the arithmetic mean, if I take the arithmetic mean of these three probabilities, what I will get? I will get total expectation. What is actually we are expecting? Okay, because ultimate we are something expecting, right? Depending on the expectation, we are considering these probabilities. Depending on the expectation, we are considering these um, futuristic estimations, right? That's it. Now, what is the expectation? Is summation of x times px. Okay, so we will multiply x, is the weight, and p of x is probability, and then add them. Okay, gradually we'll get it. Now, phi of x is the discrete random variable of x. Okay, discrete random variable x. Okay, is a function. Phi of x is a function. Then the expectation of the phi of x means if someone asks you find the expectation of that amount, okay, find the expectation of that specific random variable, okay, not the exact random variable we want. I don't want expectation for x, okay, I want some other function of x, like other function is phi of x is given to you. I want the expectation of phi of x. So just replace x by phi of x. Probability of x will be same. This will be the probability of x. There is no change in the distribution function. Okay, only change in the x part. We'll use the function part over here instead of x. Phi of x. Of x. Few properties of mean, like if I take the constant, okay, and if I take the expectation of a constant, I will get expectation of k equals to always equals to k. If I take any constant as a multiplication with the random variable, okay, expectation of kx. So this k will be always, we can take outside, k times expectation of x. Now, expectation of ax plus or minus b. Ax plus or minus b, always it's a linear property. You can take this a outside, a times expectation of x plus or minus this expectation of b. Expectation of b is a constant. So expectation of b equals to only b. So a times expected, because x is a variable. Remember one thing, x is a variable or random variable. So always we will take the expectation inside, take the expectation, and that will count like e of x. Okay, expectation of x. Now a, b, k all are the constants, so it will go outside. Expectation of x plus y equals to expectation of x plus expectation of y, provided both are exist. Expectation of xy equals to expectation of x times expectation of y if both are independent variable. X and y are independent. Independent means it's not depending to each other. Means what? Uh, Two random variables. Okay, both are like, I'm saying x is a random variable. Okay, x is a random variable like if I toss a coin, okay, if I toss a coin, then the outcome of the tossing a coin is going to be x. And what is y? Y is a random variable, is the um, outcome of uh, uh, having 5 days continuous rain. What is the outcome? Is called the y. So having 5 days continuous rain, the outcome in the nature, in the weather, the outcome in the weather is y. And having only do the tossing of the coin, okay, we'll get the random variable as x. So these two things are totally independent event. Okay, tossing a coin and having rain, these two things are totally independent. They are not depending each other. That's why in this scenario we can write e of xy equals to e of x times e of y. And in this case, obviously covariance, since they are linearly independent to each other, covariance, if I find the covariance between these two x and y, always equals to 0. Okay, covariance is 0 means r means the correlation coefficient, that is also equals to 0, because there is no relation between x and y, because x and y are two independent event, fully independent event. Okay, now variance. Properties of variance. So variance means it's actually this expectation and variance are this very basic tools of any probability distribution or any distributive functions. Okay, because depending on these two, expectation and variance, we can construct any uh, difficult or whatever uh, probability distribution function. Okay, so variance is equals variance of k, variance of any constant always equals to 0. Now variance of x plus k, x is a variable and k is a constant. So variance of x plus k is always equals to variance of x. X is a random variable. Variance of kx, variance of kx means if I multiply, k is a constant. If I multiply, so this k will come outside as a outside as a square. So k square variance of x. And what is the variance of ax plus b? Since ax plus b, a will come outside, a squared variance of x plus variance of b, but we know that variance of b equals to 0 because b is a constant. That's why a square variance of b is only the variance. What is the variance? The variance of a probability distribution function is can be denoted as given as variance of x equals to sigma square. Now what is sigma? Sigma is called a standard deviation. Standard deviation variance is actually related with the deviation, how much deviating the scenario is. If I talk about any basic things, you all follows what is a stock market, right? The stock market is a perfect example of having mean and variance. So mean is something like which is what we are expecting, okay, and variance is what how many deviations is actually stating during the interval. So that's deviation squared. Standard deviation square is called a variance. Okay, so variance is always a positive quantity, greater than equals to 0 quantity. Okay, can be 0 for any constant, but major time it's greater than 0. It is not possible that variance is less than 0. Okay, so if someone give you what is the variance, if variance is of x is equals to minus 2 by 9, this is not possible. It's a false statement. Not possible, right? Variance never equals to uh, less than 0. What is standard deviation? Standard deviation, as I told you, root over of variance. Okay, it can be negative, but it's a standard deviation. We always take it as a positive quantity. Okay, standard deviation is also positive quantity, root over of variance. Now, probability distribution function is given to you. Now, few things you have to find from this distribution function. Before starting this few things, first you have to check whether it's a PMF or not. How to check whether it's PMF? If I add them, I will get 1. If I'm not getting 1, then it's not a PMF. If it's not a PMF, we cannot proceed further. Okay. So first thing first, we will check it. If I add them, I will get 1 definitely. So it's a PMF, right? Since it's the addition of these all probabilities is equals to 1, so it's a PMF. So what we have to find? Supposed to find expectation of x, variance of x, expectation of 2x minus 3, variance of 2x minus 3. These things are we actually what we are going to find. The first thing is that expectation of x. Expectation of x means summation of x px. Now what is x? X is this. These are the values of x. And we are going to do the summation. Summation of x px means this is p of x. So what we will do, minus 2 times this, minus 2 times this, minus 1 times this, 0 times this, 1 times this, 3 times 2 times this, and add them. If I add them all, I will get summation xpx, and that is your expectation. So expectation of x equals to this. If I add them, I will get expectation is 0. So we have 0 expectation. Okay. Next, what is the variance? Now variance is of having a formula. The formula of variance is this formula I will use, and this is a very useful formula. Expectation of x squared minus expectation of x whole square. Expectation of x squared minus expectation of x whole square is the formula of variance. Okay. Now what is expectation of x squared? Expectation of x squared means just instead of x. Okay. Expectation of x squared means instead of x, we will use summation of x squared e of x. All right. Expectation of x squared means just instead of x, we will use x squared. But what is x here? X equals to minus 2. So what is x squared? X squared is 2. X equals to minus 1. What is x squared? X squared is 1. Okay. So we will use it. First thing first, we'll something like 4. 2 square is 4 times 0.2. 1 times 0.1. 0 times whatever. 1 times 0.3. 4 times 0.1. Minus expectation of x whole square. We have already calculated expectation of x. Expectation of x is 0. Now expectation of x is 0 means 0 square minus 0 square is 0. Final answer is 1.6. 1.6 is a variance. Once I get the variance of x, next thing is that expectation of 2x minus 3. So what is expectation of 2x minus 3? Use the direct formula. Expectation of 2x minus 3 is 2 times expectation of x minus 3. 2 times expectation of x minus 3 means we have already calculated expectation of x equals to 0. So 2 times 0 minus 3. 2 times 0 minus 3 is minus 3. Once we have done this, last thing is that variance of 2x minus 3. So formula of I have already denoted one formula, variance of ax plus b. Variance of x plus b is a squared variance of x plus 0. So a square variance of x. Now here variance of 2x minus 3. Variance of 2x minus 3 means 2 square. 2 square variance of x. Because what is your a? Your a is 2. So 2 square variance of x. 2 square variance of x means when multiply, I will get 4 times 1.6. Because variance of x is 1.6, we have calculated last time. So it's going to be 46.4. So this is how we will calculate the expectation and variance. Next question. The monthly demand of a product is known as the following probability distribution. To find the expected demand. Expected demand means expectation. Okay. Also compute the variance. So only you have to find two things: expectation of x and variance of x. Only you have to find two things: expectation of x and variance of the first. You have to verify it is a PMF or not. So add them. If you get 1, then only we'll proceed. Okay. First thing first, we have to add them, and it is supposed to be a PMF. Okay. Next, summation of x px. Summation of x px. Expectation is summation of x px. So add them one by one. 1 times this, 2 times this, 3 times this. So I ultimate will get 4.06 is the expectation. So once I get the expectation, next the formula of variance. Variance equals to expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. Expectation of x square means 1 times. Now everything so you have to do, these things will remain same. Everything's in the value of x, we have to take the square. 1 square is 1, 2 square is 4, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, 6 square, 7 square, 8 square. Do it and multiply with the probabilities. And at last you have to subtract expectation of x whole square. So expectation of x is 4.6. You have to subtract 4.6 whole square. We will get 3.21. 3.21 is a variance. So we have calculated expectation of x and variance of x from the given distribution. Okay. Next example. The probability distribution of a random variable x is given below. Now you have to calculate expectation variance. The same standard formula. So don't need to worry about first things. This is a probability distribution or not. You have to add them, and if you get the this is equals to 1, then we can proceed. Okay. Now, what is this? Now expectation of x. Expectation of x means 1 times this Okay, so 1 times 3, 1 by 3, 1 times 1 by 36, 2 times 2 by 36, 3 times 5 by, so just add them, we'll get it. Expectation of x equals to 1 times 1 by 36 plus 2 times 2 by 36 plus 3 times 5 by 36 plus 4 times 7 by 36 plus 5 times 9 by 36 plus 6 times 11 by 36. Add them, we'll get the results. It's going to be your expectation. Okay. Next thing is that variance of x. So variance of x formula, expectation of x whole square, expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square, right? So what is expectation of x square is 1 square 1 by 36 minus plus 2 square 2 by 36 plus 3 square 5 by 36 plus 4 square 7 by 36 plus 5 square 9 by 36 plus 6 square 11 by 36 minus expectation whatever. Suppose we get the value here, just add them, we'll get is 1 plus 4 and 5 plus 15, 5 plus 20, 20 plus 28, 20 plus 28 is 48, 48 plus 45 is 93, 93 plus 66, 93 plus 66 is 159, right? 93 plus 66, 59. So we'll get 159 by 36. Okay. So we will have 159 by 36 whole square. Okay. So once you calculate, it will take some time to calculate. Use your calculator and do it. You will get the variance over here. So once you get the variance, next thing is that few different calculations. Now in this calculation, you don't need to do hard work. Expectation of 3x plus 3. Expectation of 3x plus 3 means what? Direct algebra. Direct algebra means 3 of expectation of x, 3 of expectation of x plus 3. This is the answer. 3 of expectation, because we have already calculated expectation of x. Put it. 3 of expectation, 3 times expectation of x plus 3. Whatever the calculation is, that directly will put it. This is number 3. Now, next, variance of 2x minus 4. Again, it's direct algebra. Direct algebra tells us it is equals to 2 squared variance of x. 2 square means 4 variance of x. Why 2 square? Because this is a 2, it will go outside. The coefficient of x, it will go outside, and the other constant will remain 0, right? So 2 square variance of x means 4 variance of x. 4 variance of x, whatever we have calculated, say this is a value of a, so it's 24a is answer. At last, what is standard deviation? Standard deviation, SD. Standard deviation equals to under root of variance. Under root of variance of x. Whatever we have calculated here over, that's under root of a is the answer. If it is a, under root of. All right. So that's all about this unit. Unit number 3 has been over. Okay. It's not a difficult unit. Very easy unit. Okay. Don't need to worry about, because we have completed within a very short time. The thing is that go through with the PPT. All of you go through with the PPT. I have uploaded to your login portal. Complete it. Complete the assignments. This is the last assignment unit. Okay, total 5 assignments you have to solve. You have already solved 2 assignments. The rest of the 3 assignments you have to submit before Sunday, day after tomorrow. Okay. Before that, if you have any problem, any assignments, do ask me. Sir, how to solve this? How to solve this? I will definitely reply you, but you have to do hard work. Okay. You have to do hard work. Complete it. Once you will done, nothing left. Another thing, lab manuals. Lab manuals, I hope you have completed whatever you have done. Okay. In the structured format. Create a lab manual, complete into a PDF. Upload this PDF into Google Classroom. There is a separate section of lab manuals. Okay, so this is the unit number 3 has been over. So next class I have today at 2:55 to 3:55, 3 to 4. Okay, I will share the link. Last unit, a very small unit, I will cover in that class. Very small unit, and the last unit I will cover in the last class. So today our syllabus will over. Okay, have a nice day. Stay safe from Corona. Please write down your roll number and class on chat box.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, Ibrahim.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Ibrahim. Yes, Ibrahim.
I can't write my ID number. Yes, I can't write my ID number. The I think the network is so slow here,
You cannot write your roll number on chat box.
so I can't.
Okay, ask your friend, some of
Not opening the chat box for me.
okay, no problem. Wait, I'm waiting. Do it and
Yes, the chat box is not opening, sir.
okay, I will mark you present. Don't worry. Okay. Have a
Okay,
nice day.
thank you.
See you.